Hey, this is Stephen Michael.
And Sonny Hollywood Pooney from Growing Up Rock, and you are listening to the InObscuria podcast. And you're listening to a bunch of bands we ain't never heard of.
InObscuria.
Welcome back, my friends, to the InObscuria podcast, a podcast where we exhume obscure rock and punk and metal. And we put them in one of three categories: the lost, the forgotten, or the should-have-beens. I am Kevin Williams. That over there, that's the man himself. Captain Content, Robert Harrison.
Captain Content!
Present and accounted for.
President?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Way too many skeletons.
Oh, yes. That will never happen.
No. You
wouldn't get very far on the political spectrum, would you?
No, I get asked about once a month if I'm going to run for mayor, and the response is hell no. No. But I always want to be the power behind the scenes. I want to be the shadowy figure pulling the strings.
Oh,
that's
okay.
I've always, like, when I was 5 years old, that's what I wanted to be.
As a 5-year-old, Robert wanted to be a shadowy. Robert, what do you want to be when you grow up? A shadowy figure.
A power broker. But on a very small scale, just in my local city, our tiny little town of 50,000 people. I have no ambition statewide, but citywide, yeah, I want to be the power broker, the kingmaker behind the scenes.
The kingpin.
Now, if you want to run for city council, you got to come to me. Talk to me first.
Yeah, go talk to the Godfather before you do anything.
You want to be on the public safety committee? You want to be the one that gets to approve stop signs? You got to come talk to me. Mm-hmm. Have a little envelope full of cash. Yeah, come talk to me. I'll make it happen.
I wish you well in your endeavors.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
I want you to take care of that son of a bitch right away. I don't want to see him again. Make that first thing on your list, understand? Hey, Mickey, tomorrow, you get a couple of guys, you go over to Luca's apartment, hang around, wait for him to show up.
That's just a Sicilian message. That means Luca Brasi sleeps with the fishes.
If I get busted, it's just like 10 days in our city jail. And our city jail's pretty nice. It's what the other jails wish they were. So as far as jail goes, I'm not too worried about local jail. It's the state and federal. I don't want to get involved with that.
Remember the time John Stringer spent some time in that jail?
How do you think I know what our jails are like? Not because I've been arrested, but I've had to go bail out friends of ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was lucky as far as he's got friends close by. Yeah.
Yep, that's what he said too.
Get that phone call. Hey, Robert. Yeah.
What was he riding around on a donut on his little car?
Oh no, it was donut, which that's not illegal, but it was. I think his license was expired, his tag was expired, and he didn't have insurance.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I'm sure it was a threefer.
Yeah. And he was riding around on that donut for at least 2 years.
Yeah. So that was just probably what got him noticed. And then once he was pulled over, then, yeah, there was like, oh, that's expired. Oh, and that's expired. Oh, ding, 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 ding. And there's the threefer right there. Just.
No insurance? Sorry, son.
Yeah, one of the three you can get away with. But when you get a trifecta like that, they're like, get in the car. They're going to take you in.
Well, speaking of your little area of the world, what is going on? What do the people need to know about this week?
I had a fox in the garden today.
Oh, sounds like an old story.
Broad daylight. I guess these foxes are getting tame. I'm going to have to sit out there with a pellet gun and scare them off.
Yeah, just bring them inside.
Yeah, Dio would appreciate that.
They'll get along.
This is not the one that used to torment Dio a few years ago. If you're new to the program, my dog, there was a fox that would come by my house every night.
We were upstairs. That's when he was get crazy and start barking.
The podcast was in the speakeasy. Shh. Yeah, sure. You're not supposed to talk about that. But yeah, it would come by about 9:30 or 10 o'clock each night and just pace back and forth. And my dog, Running James DOG, would go nuts and bang on the windows. And one day he just had enough of it. He jumped the fence and took off. And he chased this fox 1.5 miles through our neighborhood, and I have a GPS tracker, so I just, I started to run after him and got to my senses very quickly that there's no way I'm going to catch
Not going to happen.
a fox or a dog. So yeah, I don't know if it's the same one, but he seems to be staying over in we got a community garden back on the property behind
Is there anything to eat back there?
It was a garden.
Oh, I guess he's waiting for Rhodas, huh?
Well, I mean, that, and they have some winter stuff. I don't know. I haven't really been taking inventory, but yeah, there's tomato. I think there's still some tomatoes and stuff. They're scavengers. They eat anything. So yeah, that's my Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom moment.
Well, thank you very much. What was that guy's name?
Mutual of Omaha. I know the theme. Why?
Sunday night, right?
Yes, Sunday night. It was.
What was that guy's name? Merle something?
No, that's. Well, we'll put it right here.
Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. Brought to you by Mutual of Omaha. People you can count on. Starring Marlon Perkins and Jim Fowler.
Yeah,
that guy.
Yeah, I remember because my dad would watch that, and he loved that show.
Oh yeah, we used to watch it.
Marlon Perkins.
Marlon Perkins
might not have been him, but
Marlon.
Anyway, but yeah, I remember the theme song from. God, that was 1973, maybe 74.
Remember it well.
Ask me what I had for lunch yesterday. I can't remember.
1973. You don't remember anything from 1973, do you?
I remember the theme song to Mutual Omaha's Wild Kingdom.
I watched that too. I was born in 73, so I definitely don't remember it from then.
Yeah, okay. I remember 3 years older.
Yeah, but you don't remember anything from when you're 3, do you?
I got vague memories. I don't know. I'd have to go
you can remember that far back? I don't think I can remember past 5.
So one of my earliest memories is going to get my hearing checked before I went to kindergarten. So that was probably 4.5, maybe something before that. But I remember distinctively because the guy was like, "Hey, he's got a little bit of hearing loss in his left ear," and he was joking to my mother, like, "Well, as long as he's not in a rock band or works on heavy machinery, he'll be fine."
That'll never happen.
Yeah, that'll never happen. Ha.
Kids these days.
Yeah, and I've just completely ruined it every which way I could possibly ruin my hearing.
What?
Huh?
Anything else, sir? Anything else people need? No, nothing else. I got nothing.
That was not exciting to anybody but me.
I have nothing to tell you. There's nothing going on.
Nothing going on?
Not at all.
Nothing zilch.
Zilch.
Okay.
Well, and after you have nothing to talk about, go listen to Pot of Thunder, Cobras in Fire, Growing Up Rock, Slamfest Podcast, Decibel Geek, Sean Geek and Fast Fret Podcast, A to Z Radio, Metal Up Your Podcast, The Hustle, Disciples of the Watch, Podcast Rock City, State of America, Rock Strikes 10, Potter Than Hell, The Kiss Room, Ages of Rock, and The Podcast Will Rock, Big Al's Rockin' Podcast, and don't forget about Monty.
Hey, this is Monty Colvin from Galactic Cowboys and Monty's Rockcast, and you are listening to the amazing InObscuria podcast. Rock on.
Monty's Rockcast. Come visit us InObscuria.com. Like us, share us, just like somebody else just did. Facebook, X, Instagram.
Are you getting Snapchat messages while we're
Somebody
recording?
shared us while we were recording. That's what happened.
Hey, you just share us anytime you want to, day or night.
Oh, by the way, we forgot about our anniversary. Back in October.
Like you and me?
Our anniversary.
The podcast.
The podcast
anniversary.
We forgot about it. 6 years, and we didn't even make mention of it. October 24th.
Well, we got focused on the 300th episode.
Yeah, there was
we
a lot
forgot
going
about
on.
the actual anniversary.
So we forgot about our 6th anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, Kevin. What'd you get me?
Well, I got you this message. Luckily, Mighty K remembered. Of course she did. She remembered. So sweet. So we will just play her happy 6th anniversary message to us right now.
Happy 6th anniversary, guys. And thank you for 6 awesome years. Well, I didn't start listening right away like a horrible person that I am. Mm-hmm. But happy 6th anniversary. Woohoo!
Aww,
so kind.
That was kind.
Thank you so much.
She remembered.
I'll
have to make us a cake next week.
Yeah, okay. You'll work on that.
Yeah, I'll work on that.
Well, happy anniversary. Let's get going. Okay, 9 episodes ago, we had an awesome time. Speaking of our 300th episode, we had an awesome time with our buddies and former bandmates, Brandon Steele and Kent Auberly. We celebrated that 300th episode. We reminisced about our days in the band Big Jack Pneumatic. And we talked a little bit about their current gig. Not a whole lot. just a little bit. Their band that like does really well and tours the world.
They don't need lots of press. They're
barely got onto them. Yeah, so their current gig was just so happens to be the new heroes of Southern rock, Blackberry Smoke. And like I said, we didn't spend a ton of time getting into the BBS details for all of the fans out there or even playing much of their music. I played a little snippet. So I thought perhaps we could do a little bit of that tonight. Get back to giving them their props for Blackberry Smoke. So I'm going to take you back to, I'm going to take you back, and you don't remember, but I'm going to take you back to August of 2021, just before we went to the Rockin' Pod in Nashville, Tennessee for the very first time. I was doing a solo show at your house because you couldn't be there for whatever reason. We were getting prepared to leave, and your HVAC guy stopped by. And I ended up doing an impromptu show with him that we put out right before we left for Nashville. And if anybody wants to go back to that, it's episode 88. Check that out. Anyway, we covered a genre that is near and dear to, I think, your heart and is quite regionally specific for us here in the southeastern U.S. And just to give you an idea, because you weren't there, Robert, but I don't know if you ever heard it, but I'll just give you an idea of this, what we covered.
He's told me about it.
I'm sure he did. So I'm just going to play a little bit of that since you weren't here and just get us back to what we're going to cover tonight. Maybe we could do a show featuring this, maybe some of the more obscure songs.
Robert!
Hold on.
Hey, Robert.
Hey, man.
Oh, hey.
Bobby J.
Oh, you know me?
I'm Kevin.
Oh, you're doing the podcast.
Yeah. Hey, man.
I was listening to it the other day. I know who you are.
Cool. Robert, he's not here, man. He told me he had a scheduling conflict.
No,
so.
I didn't think he was. He gave me the code to get down. He said the AC wasn't working down in the basement, and I told him I'd check it out. But I heard somebody talking. I thought it was him.
No, man. I'm actually doing the podcast thing right now.
Oh, did he leave a check with you to pay me?
No, I didn't know anything about you coming over, man.
Oh, damn it.
But hey, man, he posted you playing guitar on our Facebook. So
really?
I saw that. So that was cool, man.
That was fun, man. I felt like a rock star doing that. It was like, hey, look at me.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you, dude. So we're getting ready to pack up and go to Tennessee. So I was trying to get one more in, before we head out. Okay. So I'm just doing a little recording.
I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just looking for him to see if he's going to pay me because I got to hitchhike back now if he ain't going to pay me.
Well, we can call him. I'm sure he's going to pay you, dude, if he asked you to come out.
Well, I just thought I was done. It wasn't much to it. I mean, he didn't. I think he just didn't change the filter for about a year or two. It looked like it. I don't know. It was easy, but don't tell him that. Tell him it took like 2 hours for me to fix it.
Okay,
that's what I'm going to charge him.
All right, cool. Well, hey, man, since you're here, you want to jump on the mic, man?
Are you recording?
Yeah, I'm recording right now. It's going right now.
Oh, shit. Did you record me saying that?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I can edit.
Oh, you can?
We don't do this live. This isn't radio.
Oh, it's not like WRF something?
No. This is just, we record it and then I edit it. And so I can take stuff out.
I don't want, okay, good. Just take all that out and don't tell him that I said that.
Will do. That's cool. That's cool. So do you want to jump on, man? Because I'm just flying solo. So
what? Well, are we going to just talk? Do you play some music, don't you?
Well, I mean, our whole concept is I play obscure music, right? So I try to play stuff that you may not know what it is.
Obscuria?
Yeah, InObscuria.
Yeah. That's how it's pronounced.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. I kind of guessed out a couple of times, but I don't spell it a lot.
We usually mention it in the show. But anyway, yeah, so, we usually play obscure music. I was going to play some songs from the guests that we're going to go see.
Oh, okay. So you just talk like this?
Yeah, step up to the mic. Step up to the mic. Get a little closer.
You got to get closer?
Well, let's not do that.
That sounds like crap.
Yeah.
Do I sound like that?
Wait, put on those headphones so you can actually hear yourself. There you go.
Oh.
See?
Oh, that's what I sound like?
That's it, man.
Nice. I like that.
So, okay. I'll tell you what, I was going to play some songs from the guest at Rockin' Pod, but, since you're here, man, and you maybe we can pick something that you like, but why don't you tell us a little bit about you? Because we've talked, I know Robert's talked about you a little bit on the show, but let's introduce the folks to you.
I mean, the long version is I'm Bobby J from Conyers, Georgia, born and raised out there.
Now, Conyers is,
it's
for
to
people
the right.
who don't know.
It's to the right of Atlanta. So if
Yeah,
you're looking in Atlanta, just look over to the right about for a piece down the road, and it's out there outside the perimeter about 10 miles. And it's real pretty out there. There's a lot of farms and stuff, but there's a lot of industrial buildings coming up now. And it's changed a lot over the years. But the mobile home park, it's a park. It's really nice. Where I've been living for a while with Mom, and it's just right off the interstate. It's real convenient. But anyway, so I grew up there, and I met Robert going on, I don't know, 6 years ago when he was working on the firehouse here. He needed an HVAC unit, several installed to cool down this monstrosity. And so he called my boss, and I was fresh out of it was a work release program. And I got some training. And so now I'm an HVAC technician.
Okay.
And so that's how I met him. And I came out, and we were installing a couple of new units. It was a 2-ton and a 3-ton electric heat pump downstairs. But you may not care about that. But that's just the stuff that I know about now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm real. I went to school for it for like 4 months, and I learned all about it.
Got you.
Hey, you got an extra beer?
Oh, I'm sorry, man. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Grab it. I tell you what, we have White Claw and we have beer. What do you want?
You got White Claw?
Yeah, man.
Well, damn hell, well, I'll take that.
All right, Claw's out. Right.
Claws out.
Okay.
Cheers.
All right. Cheers to you. Okay. Well, so we try to talk about, as you know, because I think you said you listen every once in a while, but we try to talk about bands that maybe are a little more obscure. So is there like a particular genre or something that you really know a lot about? You can go deep. Like if I pulled out some crazy band that nobody else knows, are you going to know it?
Well, I know more about music kind of from the South, like
Okay.
the Southern rock bands. I'm big on Skinner and
Okay.
some of the Molly Hatchets and things like that. And that's
right.
kind of what I grew up listening to. My stepdad, he'd play that in his truck. And so that I kind of got a little bit of an education going to work with him in the mornings before he run off. But a few years, though, I go to work with it. It's all right. He disappeared, and he showed back up again a couple of years later and give me $10 or something. Then he'd disappear again. It's all right.
I thought you were going to say you asked for $10.
No, that was Mama. She always borrowed money because now that I'm an HVAC technician, I kind of pay half the rent.
Right.
And her job at Applebee's doesn't pay that much.
Got
But now I'm doing my part. Now I'm an adult.
Right.
So
right.
yeah, but anyway, I prefer the Southern rock. They know me. It's like when you listen to it, they know me.
Speaks to
they
you.
speak. Yeah, they speak.
Yeah. They speak.
Or they
to
sing.
You.
They sing to me sometimes.
Well, right.
Yeah,
of course. All right. Well, let's do this then. I am just going to randomly pull up some Southern rock that I have here in my collection.
I probably heard it.
All right. Are you hearing this for the first time?
Yeah, he is painful to listen to. Sorry about that.
I'm sorry if he overcharged you.
I've changed the code since then.
Okay, well, good.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, at least you got an idea now of what we got into with him and what we're going to do again for the second time. Episode 309, Southern Crossroads. We're going to do some Southern rocking tonight. Good with that?
I'm good.
Okay. All right.
I'm always good with that. 24 hours a day.
All right.
I'll take that.
So before we get into the history, perhaps get into your history with it, let's find out what the Diabolical Duo have to say about this tonight.
I am Captain
Content.
And this is my faithful companion,
Mighty K.
Say hello.
By the way, it's a really shit-tacular day today. It's super windy, raining on and off.
Super.
It's 44 mother freaking degrees.
Fuck that.
Yeah. But oh shit. It's really windy here today, and I'm on a major road, and one of those big ass barrel orange cans came flying at me in this other car. Anyway, I almost died. I was trying to drink like Kevin told me, taste delicious, and I'm getting drunk.
Did she get a new job?
I don't know. I did not tell her to drink on the job. I promise you, I didn't tell her to drink on the job.
Because she always listens to us at about 7 o'clock in the morning.
So
do we need to have an intervention?
I'm not sure, but you know what?
I'm calling Daryl.
We'll let her focus on
I'm
what
going to call
she's
Daryl and
doing.
make sure that he knows about this.
She didn't even talk about the episode. I think we'll just move on.
She's flying high, getting hit with barrel cans. Did she say beer cans? That's just the accent.
I think she said orange barrels.
I think she said orange barrel cans. I don't know.
Well, okay. Hopefully we can check in with her next week.
Yeah, we have an intervention. We'll have to fly up there.
All right. Well, let's get into some Southern rock. So I guess you could really argue that the original rock and roll from the 50s was technically Southern rock. Bo Diddley, Elvis Presley, Little Richard, Buddy Holly, Fats Domino, Jerry Lee Lewis, all from the South.
Buddy Holly was?
Yeah, he's from Texas.
Guess I never knew where he was.
He's from Texas.
Yeah, Texas is a different South. It is the South.
It is South.
But when you're from the South, there's different Souths.
Well, Texas is its own country.
Yeah, its own country, its own culture and everything like that. So, yeah, there's kind of regions within the South.
I like Texas. I like Texas a lot.
The brisket. I like that kind of barbecue. Yeah.
This is a tasty burger.
The food porn is strong. Orgy Central at Roberto's house.
All right, so that was kind of the original rock and roll, and then the British invasion came in the 60s, and they changed all of that Southern blues and roots music, and they did it in their way and kind of gave it a little bit of a harder edge sound. And by the late 60s, early 70s, new Southern bands were taking that new blues approach that the British invasion had and mixing it with the country and the rock from the U.S., and you got this thing called Southern rock. And I think of the Allman Brothers and Lynyrd Skynyrd as the two that come to mind for most folks.
Absolutely the torchbearers. 99% of the people, they will mention those two.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like several steps down below that.
People throw in Creedence Clearwater Revival, but they were actually from California.
Well, there was
they definitely had the swamp boogie.
There was a
rock.
Southern rock renaissance in the 70s where everything Southern was kind of culturally acceptable.
All over the country.
All over the country.
Yeah.
And not just, over in England. There's video footage of Skynyrd playing in
That's where they did really
England.
well.
Yeah, massive crowds.
Well, our friends are in Blackberry Smoke, and where do they do really, really, really well? Overseas. So they do well in
overseas.
the UK.
They loved American blues and then also Southern rock. So yeah, there was this kind of wave where that Southern sound, even though they weren't from the South, that kind of, was it Country Joe and
yeah, there was a lot of California bands, a lot of the Woodstock bands, I guess.
Yeah, they had a Southern twang
had
to
a little
them.
twang to
Even
them.
the Eagles.
The Laurel Canyon, California stuff.
Exactly. So it had, once again, that's kind of a regional version of Southern rock.
Even the Eagles, you would say, was kind of country rock.
Yeah, so
but I wouldn't call the Eagles Southern.
No, but I'm saying, but that the sound kind of fit in with the overall Southern wave. So yeah, from the early 70s to, I would say, mid to late 70s, about when the plane crash happened.
Yeah.
That kind of was, not the end, but it definitely moved on to other things at that point.
Some of the mainstream Southern rock bands, besides Skynyrd and Allman Brothers, if there are any other bands, some people would say there are no other bands, but there's Marshall Tucker Band from South Carolina, Molly Hatchet, Outlaws, Georgia Satellites, the Fabulous Thunderbirds, Kentucky Headhunters, Black Oak, Arkansas, Blackfoot, Wet Willie, Little Feat, Atlanta Rhythm Section. You can sort of throw them in there a little bit.
That was the more intellectual, jazzy Southern rock. They had a couple of Southern rock kind of jams, but they weren't the twangy Southern rock like Sweet Home Alabama and things like that.
Did you ever hear Petty's first band, Mudcrutch? They were Southern rock.
I knew the name, but I don't think I've ever sat down and listened to them. I'll put that on the list.
Yeah. Florida band.
Yeah.
From Florida Man.
Florida Man from Florida Man.
And then in the 90s, we got into a little bit of revival. A lot of the 90s bands, though, kind of got lumped into jam bands, even though they were sort of Southern rock.
Yeah.
Even Widespread Panic, I would say, sort of Southern rock.
Black Crowes.
Black Crowes, for sure.
Absolute twang. I have no idea where they're actually from. Black Crowes. Do you know where they're from?
Where they're from?
Atlanta.
They're the Cobb County
Cobb
Crows.
County. Yeah, that's right. I couldn't remember. I knew they were from like around here, but I didn't know if it was like they had moved.
They're from Marietta.
But moved to Atlanta and made it big, or if they actually grew up.
No, they grew up. I believe it was Marietta.
Okay, so which is,
Cobb County.
6 miles north of where we're recording right now.
Yep. And Jackal.
Oh, God.
Can't forget about Jackal.
A band that wrote a song about a chainsaw using a chainsaw.
probably the only one ever.
Probably. That's all we need.
They are the only one.
You don't
ever.
need a lot of those.
No.
Just one good one.
I don't think it did to chainsaws what, the first electric guitar did to guitar companies. Like, I think the chainsaw companies were like, oh, here we go.
Oh, this is gonna be
every kid this Christmas is getting a chainsaw.
There's going to be a demand for chainsaw lessons.
Didn't happen. Unfortunately, didn't happen.
It kind of petered out.
But what is your past? I mean, for me, I'll just say mine's very quick. Coming from first being into punk and then getting into metal and kind of the heavier stuff, and then I got into classic rock. It wasn't until classic rock radio that I started hearing Southern rock. It wasn't a thing in my family. My dad grew up in the 50s, so that was his music. I didn't have any exposure to Southern rock other than classic rock radio, and at the time that was not my jam. So it wasn't that I hated it, but I didn't buy any of it until much later. It wasn't until the Black Crowes that I started really getting into like Rolling Stones, like more of like 60s bands of the British Invasion. Black Crowes kind of have a mix of that and Southern rock, but it was kind of the Black Crowes that sort of got me to start to listen to some of these other bands, but I really didn't get into them until much later.
That's very similar here because as we've discussed in the 80s, early mid 80s, I was into more, new wave synth stuff. And by the end of the 80s, I was getting into rock, but it went straight from Van Halen to Metallica, heavier stuff. In addition, at the same time, Pink Floyd. So Southern rock was in the background, and I knew about it. I listened to it on classic rock radio.
It was there, because you couldn't escape it.
If Freebird came on, it's like, oh yeah, turn this up. I'd like that song. Yeah. But it wasn't until I moved in with my cousin Frank as a roommate.
I knew you were going to go there.
Yeah, he grew up, and I think he's okay saying this. We were very similar, but yet we grew up in two different towns. So the town I grew up in was not big, but it was on the beach. It was a coastal beach town, and we had a mall. So we were kind of the city slickers of my family. Oh, yeah. My relatives from more of the country area north of us would come to our town to go to a movie. So Frank grew up in the more rural area, Defuniak Springs, Florida, which is
been there.
Yeah, pretty little town. It's where my grandparents lived. A lot of hundreds of my relatives that were just everywhere. But when I moved in with him, he had a Camaro. I had a Camaro. He had a cassette of like Skynyrd's greatest hits, and I didn't know any Skynyrd music or any Southern rock music that I can think of. And we were going somewhere, and he put that in there. And I remember him saying this right before it came on. He's like, "You ever heard the song Simple Man?" I'm like, "Maybe, I can't remember. I think I've heard it once before." He's like, "You know what? This should be in the Baptist hymnal." And I didn't think anything, and I started kind of going, what, a Skynyrd song in the hymnal? Then he played it, and I was listening to him like, you're absolutely right. It's just a song about how you should live, which is similar to hymns in the Bible. Hymns in the hymnal and verses of the Bible telling you how you should live. And this song is telling you, just be a simple man. And that's when that song kind of struck a chord with me. And so I think I borrowed that cassette, stole it. I can't remember if I gave it back to him. So Frank, if you're listening, I apologize. So yeah,
we'll get you a new tape. We will buy you a new tape.
I went and got 2 or 3 Skynyrd CDs after that, and I kind of started accepting my Southern roots. I think
that's what it was for me too. Yeah. It took me a while because I was kind of embarrassed. Like I didn't want to be a good old boy. That wasn't my thing.
And I didn't realize I even had an accent.
I was the same way
until I got to college, and I was working for a professor that was from England, and so his wife was from Manhattan, and so between the three of us, always in a funny way, we're always joking about how we pronounce things, and well, how do you pronounce it? Well, how do you? And so that's when I became painfully aware of how Southern I was. But with Frank's help, I started to embrace that, and it just became kind of the funny thing to talk about. And after that, then it was like, oh yeah, I'm going to just own it. Yep. Just own all that music. Yeah. Molly Hatchet also they had a song about Florida. So Skynyrd
Molly Hatchet are from Florida, right?
From Florida. Yeah. And Skynyrd's from Florida, but their big hit is Sweet Home Alabama. So everybody associates them with Alabama, even though they're from Jacksonville. So Molly Hatchet had a song about there's a gator in the bushes and something like that. And that was more like a swampy Florida song. And so that kind of, drew me into that. That was contemporary. That came out in the late 80s, maybe 89, 90.
No, there's no way that's correct.
I'm sorry. I was trying to impress you.
Oh.
Somewhere in there. I'll have to go back and look it up. If we only had staff, the shortages.
They're not here anymore.
No,
they're not here anymore.
All the budget cuts.
I guess
the government shut down.
Well, you said
there's
it was
no
ice.
funding for it. Yeah, well, that too. Yeah, ice keeps driving real slow past the house.
Yeah.
And I can just flip them off. Like, get out of here.
I miss all those guys.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Pedro, Paco. They worked hard, man.
You dicks!
Yeah, that kind of was like this renaissance where you just accept it. You stop denying it. And you're like, yep, I'm from the South. I'm going to just appreciate the life that I had because I knew the upbringing that you and I had, we can kind of be proud of. There's some upbringings in the South that you probably shouldn't be proud
Wouldn't
of.
be proud of, yeah.
But you and I know we had pretty good families,
but I tried to escape it. When I went to college, I was trying to distance myself, and even when I got out of school, I was trying to distance myself from being the small town guy. I wanted to go move to Atlanta,
Same.
And do.
That's how I ended up here.
And be a city guy and kind of forget that. But you're right. As you get older, you start to embrace your past a little bit and acknowledge, just be authentic of who you are and how you grew up and appreciate it.
I made it here after several years of trying. I made it to Atlanta. My first job was in a 20-story building downtown Atlanta, coat and tie job.
That sounds horrible.
I was a real estate market analyst.
That sounds fancy.
Can you imagine that?
Did you have a business card that said that?
I did. Oh yeah, Robert Harrison.
I wish you still had one of those.
I was a real estate commercial real estate market analyst. So I would analyze the real estate market and write reports about it. Yeah, it
Very
sounds
anal.
great until you actually have to do it, and then you sit there in a cubicle and just stare out the window. And it was
Cube life.
Yeah, so I went from that to construction. I just gave up, got a pickup truck, and I think that's when I finally owned it. I'm like, fine, I'm going to drive a pickup truck,
and I'm going to listen to some Skinner
and just be okay with that. And that's not going to be all of me, but I'm going to just say, yeah, that's me.
Yep. Same.
So you did the same thing. That's just, you and I are friends for many reasons. Our lives have been parallel, even well before we knew each other.
Yeah.
We were on the same track.
Yep. Wrong side of the track sometimes. Right side of the track sometimes.
But we're going in the same direction.
Yeah.
Eventually the tracks crossed in 1998.
Yeah, we're jumping over them at the same time. Let's just start this off the way we should. So this is an Atlanta band that features two of our good friends. Brann is still on keys in Oregon.
What the hell you say?
Oregon. Oh, Oregon.
What'd you think I said?
I think you said in Oregon.
In Oregon. No. Oregon.
He's in Chamblee.
He plays keys, organ, and piano. I guess he joined the band. He was trying to say that he hadn't been in the band as long as I think. He joined the band in 2009, I'm pretty sure.
What was he saying?
He was saying he'd only been in the band for 10 years. I'm like, I don't think that's right.
That doesn't math.
That doesn't math at all. But I believe he's been in the band since 2009. Blackberry Smoke, or it's the band we're talking about, they formed in 2000. So they toured and put out 2 albums without Brandon on keys. Then they added Brandon, and then they added another guitarist, and now they have backup singers. They're a big band now.
Oh, yeah.
They're very like Skinnerd.
Do you think it's a coincidence that when they added Brandon, all of a sudden the venues got bigger?
Well, that's interesting you bring that up. So they did okay. They've released 8 studio albums, 2 live albums, and 6 EPs. They're very prolific. The last 6 albums with Brandon have been U.S. rock and country top 12.
Mm-hmm.
They had 2 U.S. country number 1s, and they had 3 U.K. rock number 1s. So they do really well in the U.K. as well.
And this is a band that doesn't have a solid place on the charts, meaning that they're right in the middle between country and rock.
They're playing Southern rock, and there's nowhere in this day and age really to put them.
No. So they're doing that well, even though they're not getting massive, let's just say, radio play, but they've still put on some damn good shows and fill up some decent sized venues.
Yeah, they do really well. And they constantly tour. That's the thing.
They've worked their ass off.
If you're going to do it, you got to tour.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what brings them all the fans is the touring. So in 2025, we talked to the guys. Just a few episodes ago, we talked to them and we said, what's coming up? Because Kent took over after the passing of Britt Turner.
Mm-hmm.
And he took over on drums. And they haven't released another album since Kent's joined. That was in 24. That was only a year ago. But they told us, they said, there's a tribute album coming out to Bad Company. And so we're going to play the song that they play with Paul Rodgers singing as well. And they also have Brann Dailor on this, who is the drummer from Mastodon. He's doing percussion on this. So this is a really cool cover that Blackberry Smoke are doing. I would say Bad Company are so close to Southern rock. If you listen to the first 2 Bad Company albums, they play like a Southern rock band, even though they're from the UK.
they're very adjacent. I mean, slap dab next door.
Exactly. So we're going to play this cover, Blackberry Smoke. This just came out. It's on an album called Can't Get Enough, a tribute to Bad Company. This is the song Run with the Pack.
now they brought in that other guitarist. The guitar harmonies are on point.
Oh yeah, 3 guitars now.
Yeah, that's very Skinner-ish. The guitar me.
Yes.
But Charlie Starr it's always been a great lead. But
yeah, he plays really good chicken picking leads.
Yeah, and so
and Paul's good too.
Paul's really good. So I don't know who's the third guy.
Benji,
yeah. Oh, sorry, Benji. Yeah. So all three of those guys together can stand out on their own, but you put all three of them together, and then once again,
I believe Benji played with the Crows at some point. I think that's where he came from. I can't remember.
He wasn't original, but he played with them.
Yeah, I think he played with them at some point. But yeah, and first time we're hearing Kent. It sounds like Kent drums.
Kent,
You got that powerful kick drum. It sounds like Kent.
I saw some on my leg. I'm like, oh, he spit on me. even recording, somehow listening to Kent on drums, I get spit on my leg.
Half a Big Jack pneumatic in that recording.
We're damn good.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Good band, Blackberry Smoke. Go check them out. I can't wait for their next album because of, all respect to the original drummer, but my boy's in the band now. Exactly. I can't wait to hear it.
It's even more personal. When Brandon got in, I'm like, okay, I like these guys a lot now with Kent and Brandon. It's even more fun to listen to them.
Well, let's listen to a band that gets labeled mostly as hard rock, but I'm going to put them in the Southern rock category because to me they sound Southern rock, but also they're from Kentucky and they started rehearsing in the practice house of the Kentucky Headhunters, who we've already mentioned were a Southern rock band. The drummer's dad in this band is one of the guitarists from the Kentucky Headhunters. So I think this band, Blackstone Cherry, will put them in Southern rock.
Yes.
They built up a
regardless of who was part of the Confederacy, and that doesn't matter. It's a mindset.
They're a Southern rock.
It's not
band.
your place on the Mason-Dixon line.
Right.
It's a mindset is what we're talking about.
Yeah, and Kentucky, it's a weird state because it's not in the South, but it's pretty damn
Southern.
South.
Yeah, it's the North-South.
Right.
Or the South-North. I don't know. But yeah, the history with them and the Civil War, the war between the states, or the War of Northern Aggression, as we learned that in elementary school.
Oh my God.
Like 6 chapters on the War of Northern Aggression.
Northern Aggression. Oh boy.
But yeah, so
I don't think they teach it that way anymore.
No, not anymore. No, but so Kentucky gets like an honorable mention as being in the South because if you go there, there's a high quantity of no teeth in places.
There's a lot of good old boys.
There's some hollers.
A lot of
you
good
go
old
up in
boys
the holler.
There. So this band, Blackstone Cherry, they've built up a pretty big fan base. They formed in 2001. They've released 8 albums, just like Blackberry Smoke. And in fact, the two bands have shared stages several times in the past. So that's another reason I'm kind of putting them in this category. But they've toured with every band in the world and every band from different genres. So they've toured with Whitesnake, Def Leppard, Nickelback, Rival Sons, Alter Bridge, Chickenfoot, Skinner, Bad Company, Hellstorm, Shinedown, and Alice Cooper.
That's quite a variety.
It's a variety of bands. But I think they're a good band. I don't have a lot of their stuff. I only have this one album. They got a little bit of fame a couple of years ago in 2021. They released a cover of Tracy Chapman's Give Me One Reason, and it got to number 25 on the Billboard chart. So that's probably their highest charting single in the States.
Tracy made a couple of mortgage payments off that?
Yeah, probably, right? I remember hearing that, and I didn't realize it was Blackstone Cherry, and I had an album by Blackstone Cherry. It just didn't hit me as that was them, but that's who released it in 2021. They've had 6 UK rock chart #1 albums versus Blackberry Smoke's 3. Come on, guys, you got to catch up.
They're working hard.
Yeah. They've had 2 US hard rock #1 albums, so they've done okay. They've done really well.
I would say that's okay.
In the UK, they like them a lot, just like Rival Sons. Rival Sons here, great band, but they're not big. You go to the UK and to Europe, they're huge. So it's kind of the same thing for Blackstone Cherry.
Maybe we should have tried that.
Maybe. We should have gone to Canada.
Oh,
we tried.
We tried.
Oh, well.
So close.
We were so close.
They loved
right on the border.
They loved us there.
All right, so this is from their album from 2008 called Folklore and Superstition, the only one I have. And I'm going to play the song Soul Creek from Blackstone Cherry.
Down by the river, where the lights hang from the trees, midnight swallow sunlight, muddy water runs between your knees. Everybody wants to be down at Soul Creek, Babe, I wanna come won't you take a walk with me? Too hot, need some cooling. You know still wild, that show runs deep. Everybody wants to be down at Soul Creek. Yeah, yeah. Baby, won't you come with me? Yeah, yeah. Babe, I wanna come with you. Everybody wants to be at Soul Creek. Yeah, yeah. Baby, won't you come with me? Yeah, yeah. Baby, won't you come with me? Yeah, yeah. Babe, I wanna come with you. Well, 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 yeah. Oh, we died out to Soul Creek, yeah. And I say yeah. Down at Soul Creek,
There are certain elements of Southern rock that really define it as Southern rock. Either the content is talking about the South or something related to that. There's also the ubiquitous whistle. A lot of Southern rocks, they have at some point have kind of a whistle in them.
Or they mention a train.
We mentioned a train. So, like I said, there's some defining moments that you're like, oh yeah, that's a Southern rock song, or maybe his accent. So this song doesn't really have anything specific that delineates it as this is Southern rock, but it's the feel, it's the vibe that you're going for, and I understand that. So this is an example where you can't always just check a list to say this is Southern rock.
Well, and this is a newer band. So
Yeah.
this is a new interpretation on what I feel like Southern rock is today.
True. So there's, Southern rock from 1974 that's going to have a sound to it, but it's not the Allman Brothers, it's not Skinner, but this has that feel to it, kind of laid back, kind of like Blackberry Smoke, where it's just kind of a groove. It's got lots of things, but you can't really check any box.
A little bit of twang.
A little bit of twang to it, though. Twang's hard to define sometimes.
Yeah. This, to me, they're like, and the whole album's like this. It's like one guitarist is really into Skinner, and the other guitarist is devoted only to Slash. Mm-hmm. And every guitar lead you get is like, well, they were playing a Skinner song, revved up, and then Slash came in and just killed it. And that's what they sound like to me. I mean, if you go back and listen to this song again, there's a lead in the middle section, the bridge, and then in the end, there's another lead. And both of the leads sound like he was sort of lifting exactly from the structure of Sweet Child of Mine leads that Slash played.
Now that I'm thinking about Sweet Child of Mine was like borderline. It could have been.
Totally.
Yeah, it rocked out towards the end a little bit heavier, but I think the beginning of it just is that California Canyon rock, like an influence of that too.
Well, Axl was from Indiana, so he was a country boy from Indiana.
Corn-fed.
Exactly. All right. So you mentioned, or I said this was a newer band, and you mentioned, well, there's that set of bands from the 70s, which really defined what Southern rock was. So let's go listen to one of them. This is an older band from the 70s. They had their heyday when Southern rock had its heyday in the mid to late 70s. This band is from Atlanta, Georgia. And after gaining attention on the Atlanta live circuit in the early 70s, they signed to Capricorn Records out of Macon, Georgia. Now, Macon, Georgia is not a big town.
Oh, no.
But Capricorn was known for pioneering Southern rock as a label. And in the 70s, they had Marshall Tucker, Wet Willie. They even had the Dixie Dregs. They had a band that I played with Bobby J called Grinder Switch.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And they had a band called White Witch, who we've also played before, who are the anti-Black Sabbath. White Witch. Anyway, they had all those bands, and they had this band, Hydra. You ever heard of Hydra?
No.
Yeah, so this band only put out 3 albums. They were considered one of the first heavy Southern rock bands. They released their first 2 albums on Capricorn as a 4-piece. And then in 1977, they moved over to Polydor, and they lost one of the guys, and they lost their bass player. And so one of the guitarists picked up the bass. So Wayne Bruce is on bass. They became a trio, and this is their hardest rocking album. It's also their last album, came out in 1977, called Rock the World. And I love this band. They're hard to find if you go to record shops and you're looking for vinyl, if you're into that sort of thing. This is a hard one to find. So from Hydra, Rock the World, 1977, here's a song called Wasting Time.
I'm
now is not happening here. Woo!
Damn it, it was just getting good.
I know. They had all those leads at the end. You
What
want
the
to
hell?
keep it going.
No wonder they didn't make it big. Whoever the engineer was, like, guys, we're running out of tape. I think we should just fade it out right now.
But this is only song number 2.
Damn it. So, yeah, that had a section in there where it gave you stank face.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love that little funky breakdown.
Like, oh, that just hit you in the right spot.
That was very
love
Atlanta. That was very Mother's Finest kind of
It's
Atlanta,
like Dio,
Georgia.
Dio when you scratch him right there on the right below his neck. Just, God.
Have you ever heard of this band?
No.
Atlanta band, Hydra.
No.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, that's definitely not a radio-friendly single, but an AOR kind of just a good grooving hit.
Yeah,
I
a little
like
bit
it.
heavier than, some of the Skinner and stuff like that. But
yeah.
1977, man, this is blazing to me. It's so good.
Yeah, if they let that roll a little bit, I imagine live would have been really fun.
I bet they were good.
Because remember back then, it was the whole thing where the recordings, just not really that heavy, but live, these guys could just crank it
They
up.
never captured the sound that well.
So that was probably still in that range that I bet you the live, that would just shred.
I bet it would. And like I said, only put out the 3 albums, but they're really, really good. Go check out some Hydra.
Those guys may live right around us and we don't even know it.
They might.
If they're still around.
I mean, probably they're not around anymore, but
You never know. Is that the guy down at Dirt Cheap Music right down the street? I think that's the guy that works there behind the counter. Well, no, I'm thinking the guy that that restrings the guitars.
Yeah, that's Bruce. Yeah, he used to be in. He was a band in the 70s. He talks about it sometimes.
Yeah. Whatever, man.
But their sound is almost like Foghat mixed with Grand Funk mixed with Skinner.
Yeah, it's definitely more rockin'. Skinner had the bluesy side to him.
Yeah,
but
I don't hear any Allman Brothers in that.
No,
I hear more Skinner.
No, a little more Skinner, but not as countrified as Skinner got sometimes.
Well, let's get into some countrified stuff.
Okay, let's
shall
do
we?
it.
And this is gonna. I don't know if this is gonna blow your mind. I don't know if you've heard this before, but when I heard it the first time, I was like,
What the hell you say?
Next is a guitarist and a band leader who is anything but obscure. We've seen him live together before. His first solo album is a band, but he never went back to this band. So you'll get it in a second. It's a bit of a forgotten Southern rock gem, this album that I'm about to play from. In 1991, Ozzy played what was supposed to be his final shows with the No More Tours tour. That didn't stick. But anyway, they thought it was going to stick in 1991. And so Zakk Wylde, needing something to do, he wanted to put together a Southern rock band because he liked Southern rock, even though he was this metal guy. So he recruited former White Lion rhythm section members James Lomenzo and Greg D'Angelo. Now, if I'm putting together a Southern rock band, I'm like, I got to get those guys from White Lion.
Get the hair band. Call them right up.
Those guys have gone on to do all sorts of things. James Lomenzo is now the bass player in Megadeth. So he's been in Megadeth several times, but he's going to be the last guy in Megadeth because they're hanging it up after this last one.
I think that's going to stick. I think
it'll
he
stick
means
too.
it.
Yeah.
He's not one to screw around.
No, he's like, I'm done.
I'm done. Fuck it.
Hello, me.
Hello, me. Goodbye, me.
Goodbye.
Hello,
All right.
retirement.
Yeah, so he gets these 3 guys together. They record a couple of songs, and it just got released under Zakk Wylde's name. And I got it on. I actually had this on it was a Guitar World, Guitarist Around the World compilation that came out in 1991. And it had Zakk Wylde on it, and it was one of these songs. And I'm like, this is really weird for Zakk Wylde to be playing this kind of music because I only knew him from Ozzy. Mm-hmm. But I didn't think anything of it. This was actually this band.
Before or after Black Label?
So it's before.
Oh, okay.
And so they only recorded a couple songs. And by 1994, he decided to get some different members. And originally, they were going to call the band Leonard Skinhead.
What?
And somebody talked him out of that, thankfully.
Yeah, good.
Thankfully.
Good.
So they ended up naming the band Pride and Glory.
Again, that's not that bad now.
So Pride and Glory got signed to Geffen. They released one album in 1994. Afterwards, he changed his musical direction a little bit, and he recorded a solo album, and then from there out, he was Black Label Society in the late 90s and beyond. So this is the only album that he put out as Pride and Glory, and it's definitely a Southern rock shred fest. It's still Zakk Wylde. You're not going to get away from it being Zakk Wylde shredding.
You don't need 3 guitars when Zach's in the band. He's like, no, I'll cover all 3 at the same time.
Well, he did countrify it because you're about to get some banjo on top of some Zakk Wylde. This is so cool. You're going to dig this. So this is a song called Losing Your Mind from Pride and Glory. Came out in 1994.
on your mind?
That last chord?
His with the stank chord.
that was in the key of what?
That's my stank chord.
God.
I don't know what that was.
That was absolutely the heaviest Southern rock ever made.
It was shred-tastic Southern
rock.
Southern fried shred.
That. I love it. So,
I thought you would like
What'd you say? This is 90,
94.
94. Okay.
Yeah. Pride and Glory.
Okay. I was going to say, if this came out in 90, this should have been huger. But in 94, I can understand we were kind of preoccupied with other things at that point. So I understand.
But this is pre-Black Label.
Yeah.
So nobody had heard that voice before. And he wasn't sounding quite so Ozzy-like.
Other thing I was thinking about, normally when I hear him, it's singing harmonies with Ozzy.
Aping Ozzy.
Yeah, and it sounds exactly like him a lot of times. So that was refreshing. Black Label I listened to, and still I think, okay, still sounds like Ozzy. But this one he didn't. It sounds like just Zakk Wylde. And the lead, it was like 3 different parts to the same lead.
Face melting.
Yeah, just, God, that was
That guy's so damn good. Yeah, that was so much fun watching him play.
That really
Put his guitar behind his back and just shred.
I just prayed that kilt didn't come up any more than it kept blowing up.
Yeah, I'm glad we kept our distance.
Yeah, I didn't want any part of that. But yeah, the shredding part was fun. That was really fun to watch that. I mean, it looked like he was having a really good time too.
Oh yeah.
He wasn't just doing
and just so people know, we saw Zach Sabbath. Yeah. We saw him do nothing but Sabbath covers, and it was amazing.
It really
was.
Much fun. And a medium-sized venue
that was sold out.
It
was awesome.
So much fun. I have a new respect for him. After that, then it was the Ozzy grand finale. Watching him step up where Ozzy was having a hard time at the very end. I'm coming home. And
he'll just
picks up his acoustic guitar and moves over to the microphone and starts singing along with him. Like, God, that just got you right in the feelies.
Yeah, he's probably hurting bad. He spent so much time with Ozzy.
Oh yeah, that was the high point of most of his career.
He would not be Zakk Wylde without Ozzy.
Nope.
So yeah, I can only imagine what he's feeling right now.
So yeah, thank you, Zach, for all that and retro.
Yeah,
thank you in retrospect.
How about Pride and Glory? That
hell yeah, I hope that's
some people have never heard of.
So I don't have to buy it.
Yeah, go check it out. It came out. They re-released it with some extra tracks, so you'll probably find that version out there.
Sweet.
All right, so our next song was sent to me by the one, the only Captain Content just a few weeks ago.
I did.
Captain Content.
You remember this one, right?
Nope.
You said this is European Southern rock.
I don't know.
You were proven to the people that Southern rock.
That was like.
Does it just come
by
from
the time
South?
This comes out, it'll be a few weeks ago. I think I sent that to you like 4 days ago.
Yeah. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
You threw me off with a few weeks ago. I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, that one was pretty cool coming across that one.
Yeah, so this is a Dutch band that you sent to me, which is focused around a guitarist.
Tell me how to pronounce their name.
Leif de Leeuw.
Leif de Leeuw.
Leif de Leeuw band.
Leif de Leeuw, yes.
Leif is a guitarist. He's been playing since he was a kid, and he was like a blues guitar prodigy in Holland. And he became that. He got obsessed with guitar after seeing Johnny Winter as a kid.
That the albino?
That is the brother of
the Frankenstein.
Of the
What the hell did you just say?
Yeah, well, he played this song, Edgar. Yes, he's the brother of Edgar, not Frankenstein.
Well, I mean, the guy that played Frankenstein. That's all I remember.
Man, you being harsh just because they're albinos.
Sorry, nothing wrong with that. If you're pasty, that's fine.
Yes. Johnny Winter was very.
I get pasty in the wintertime, but
he's a hell of a player, though.
Yes,
hell of a player.
Yes.
And so anyway, Leif saw him, and
he's like, melatonin deficient.
He's like, I'm going to get into the blues. And he got his first break in 2009 when American blues guitarist Sonny Hunt asked him to join his band, the Dirty White Boys. And he joined that band and did that for a while. And then he started winning all these blues guitar awards. There's this whole blues guitar scene that is like underground. Nobody knows about, but it's really big all over the world.
Yeah, they meet up in small clubs. And there is an Atlanta Blues Society. Like it's a club for blues musicians.
Yeah. And these guitarists, they tour, mostly guitarists.
We didn't have a rock club.
Right. Yeah.
If we had known that at the time, we would have started a rock club and had like initiations and dues and everything.
Yeah. We don't do that.
No, okay.
Anyway, this guy Leif. Leif. Yes, he won all these blues awards, and he really wanted to get into more of his idols than just playing straight blues. He was a huge fan of Jeff Beck, David Gilmour, Derek Trucks, and Joe Walsh. And so he tries to blend all that together in his band now.
Gourmet stuff right there.
So he formed his own Southern rock band in 2014. Now, this is a Dutch version of a Southern rock band, so it's everything from rock to funk to soul to roots, fusion, country. They just mix it all together because it's not, it's not Dutch. So they just take all these things.
I don't know about Dutch rock. Is there such thing?
Oh, there are Dutch bands out there.
Well, no, but Dutch rock, like it sounds like
specific Dutch sound. There probably is. I just don't know.
It sounds like wetlands and windmills.
You dick!
It's something that I think our good friend David Glenn will have to turn us on to.
He knows all about that
because he lives over there in Dutchland.
He's immersed in it. Dutchland. That's Deutschland.
No, wait,
next door. That's different.
No, wait, that's Germany.
They didn't like each other. I think they had some skirmishes back in the 40s.
Yeah, they had some issues.
Yeah.
So 8 releases from this band, Leif de Leeuw Band, and I'm going to play a song that came out last year on their album Mighty Fine. This is a song called Hard to Hold.
definitely Southern Netherlands.
Yes.
They did that so well. And that's how I came across them. I was scrolling through and heard a snippet. I'm like, oh, what Allman Brothers song is this? And listened and was like, I don't recognize this song. And then realized it was an original and started scrolling through some of their other songs. I'm like, oh my God, these guys nail it.
They do. And
absolutely nail it.
It's going to be hard to believe, but they actually have an Allman Brothers tribute album out that they put out.
Then I came across some covers of Allman Brothers. I'm like, oh yes, they do this really well because it sounds just like it.
So you haven't talked, I mean, you're an Allman Brothers guy. You haven't talked about the influence of the Allman Brothers on you, because isn't that a huge one for you early on?
That was no, not early on at all. It was a later. It was one of those things where classic rock stations would play Sweet Melissa, and as I learned to play guitar, that was an easy song to learn. So
always in your set.
Oh yeah, that I loved playing that acoustically. Still one of my favorite songs ever. It's just that kind of melancholy, lilting. That's my favorite type of music. I like happy music and I like angry and sad. But if you ask me, the reason I love Pink Floyd is a lot of it's kind of melancholy, and I don't know why. I'd have to go to therapy for like 12 years
dreary.
to figure that out. Yeah, because my personality is so withdrawn and blue and
so
sad. But yet
Southern goth.
That's what I like, and I don't understand that at all, but it's just the way it is, and I've accepted that. But then the other part of their music is a lot of the happier Blue Sky stuff like that. It's got the piano, it's got two leads, it's got Dwayne slide or some other stuff like that. That is very happy music. So growing up, I would hear those songs on the radio.
Noodly too. It's very jammy.
But it was as far as I got jammy, because it did have a stop. I mean, it had a beginning, a middle, and an end to it. And so I could tolerate that. Whereas any other jam band is like, okay, it's your fifth solo on the same song. Just wrap it up. Let's move on.
So would you consider the Grateful Dead a Southern rock band?
I was thinking about that as you were playing Leaf. Their music was a little, how do I say this? Not quite as edgy as some Allman Brothers, like ever so slightly.
Right.
So it put it more in the category.
There's no twang.
There was not a lot of twang to it.
But a lot of their stuff is kind of country Southern.
I mean, it talked about
style.
Sugar Magnolia and songs like that. That it had a Southern element. You couldn't help but you have that kind of a sound and not have that Southern rock sound to it.
This is going to blow some people's minds who are listening to this, but this year I actually have purchased, it's taken me the whole year to get there. I've just finally purchased the last Grateful Dead album. I've purchased every single Grateful Dead.
Oh, Jesus.
No, just their recordings, not the live stuff. The live stuff there's like 50 million live albums out there.
Live from Detroit at 6 o'clock, and there's live from Detroit from the other seat, four seats over.
I don't care about that. I have the actual studio recordings. Tapers. They only had 9 or 11 albums, somewhere around there.
Really?
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
In their whole career, they only had that many actual studio recordings. Because, everything's live. And I know people that are Deadheads are like, it's all about the live stuff for them. But for me, it's like, I want the condensed version.
Yeah.
I want to know where those songs started, because they have a beginning and an end.
I got to leave to go pick up the kids from ballet in 20 minutes. Can I listen to this song and finish it before then?
But 30 years, 20 years ago, like you never, ever would I have purchased Grateful Dead, but I've gotten into it this year.
Somebody's getting old.
Well,
what?
I guess.
What did I say?
I don't know. I just dig it. I dig it. But I almost think they are a little bit Southern rock.
I know what it is. You've listened to everything out there except for Grateful Dead.
Yeah, I just keep expanding my brain.
Yeah, and that's the last category.
Consuming.
The last frontier is the Dead.
Now, if you see me buying Eagles records, just put me in the asylum.
If you show up with a tie-dye T-shirt,
no, that's not.
I'm going to lock the door.
That's not
just
my thing.
Get out.
Nope.
If you smell like patchouli. I'm going to hose you off before you come in.
But this band we just played and Allman Brothers, they sort of do cross that line.
That Venn diagram is heavily overlapped in certain parts of it. Like I said, once Allman Brothers gets a little grittier and more slide, because I don't remember Grateful Dead having lots of slide. I've only listened to 4 Grateful Dead songs, so I may be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. No, Jerry was like kind of noodly.
Yeah.
He was kind of like Frank Zappa, where they played this like just noodly leads.
Yeah, it was very freeform and not the same lead twice.
Yeah. But just everything's arpeggios, it's like noodly.
But with Dwayne Allman could get nasty on
he had a lot of soul. A lot of soul in his playing.
And
he played slide on every song,
and
too.
Derek Trucks, too. Good Lord have mercy. That warms all of the cockles of my heart. Watching Derek Trucks play with Warren Haynes, maybe it was a few years ago, there was a couple of surviving members of Allman Brothers left J-Mo.
Yeah.
And maybe one other. But yeah, they were playing together.
Before Dickie passed? Or
No. This was after.
He quit. Right?
Yeah, well, he was fired, then he quit. Then he got left on Montgomery, Alabama. They just left him on the side of the road at some point. And then,
he was an ornery old man.
There was a fist fight.
Allman Brothers had their problems.
He and Peter Criss and Ace had kind of the same trajectory with the band.
Exactly.
You never knew. But so it was really cool to see him play. And this is, Derek Trucks, the son of the drummer, but yet looks like Greg Allman, plays like Dwayne Allman. And you're just like, this is insane.
It's amazing.
But I love that.
And since we're talking Allman Brothers, we did hear from Brandon from Blackberry Smoke when he was over here talking to us. He mentioned that, one of the highlights was he wrote a song that Greg Allman sang on right before he passed. So that's pretty cool.
Have that kind of connection in life. That's a pretty cool, sweet moment.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get back to another group from the 70s. Let's get back to the roots of this whole Southern rock thing. And this was a band that was just outside. They just kind of missed being mainstream Southern rock. A band from Irving, Texas. They were discovered by manager Bill Ham, and he had his Lone Wolf Productions. And if you've heard of that, that's probably because of ZZ Top and Eric Johnson.
Yeah. Now, ZZ Top's from Texas, but they're not, I don't think they're Southern rock. They were straight on blues rock.
They're blues, yeah. They're total blues. One could argue, I guess, if you wanted to.
One could kick you in the nuts, but I'm not going to do that either.
No. But this band, they were known for constant touring. They released 6 studio albums from 1976 to 1982. They had one hit single called Nicole. The name of the band is Point Blank.
No.
And I listened to the hit single from 1981 called Nicole, and I didn't recognize it. So it didn't cross over my ears at any point in time that I can remember. But they had that hit single after they had shifted. They had become more of an AOR band. So it wasn't really Southern rock by the time they had their one hit. Maybe, just maybe, we'll hear this band again when we do our next monstrous montages. I'm just saying, maybe we'll hear them in their AOR crossover.
Possibly.
This band reunited in 2007. They went on to release 3 more albums before 2 of the members passed away. So no more Point Blank at this time or ever again. But I'm going to play something from their very first album in 1976. The debut album. This is a song called Lone Star Fool.
Just
Same producer, same engineer.
Yeah. Well, it cuts you off as you're starting to really take off on your lead.
The guitar player doesn't know it. He's in the booth just shredding away, and the engineer's like, and we're just going to fade that down.
I'm done with this.
Let him keep going. He thinks he's going to be a rock star.
I got to pee.
Yeah. He just walks off, takes a piss. So that had a lot of Southern rock elements to it. The singer had the Fat Albert effect on his voice. Get her in the bushes. So that was very Molly Hatchet who perfected that. That was kind of their shtick.
Exactly my thoughts. So we're right on point there.
Add some twang to the guitar.
Who else did it remind you of? I've got somebody in mind. I'm taking Molly Hatchet and I'm throwing them in with another band.
As I got.
Oh, I was going to say Doobie Brothers. It's got this Doobie Brothers feel to it a little bit. The choruses
without Michael McDonald.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yes. This is the other Doobie Brothers, not the woo 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 woo.
No. Before Michael McDonald.
Pre-Michael McDonald. So I was thinking about another band we haven't mentioned yet, but I'm not sure. I've never thought about this. Is 38 Special. So they're from Jacksonville.
Yeah.
And they have as a singer Southern rock royalty, which
brother of Skinner,
Donnie Van Zant, right?
Yeah.
Or Johnny.
No, it's Donnie.
Donnie. I need a chart because I can't keep them straight, as you well know. Donnie Van Zant, brother of Ronnie Van Zant. They're from the South, but I don't know if any of their early records had a Southern twang. Because
I think their first record did.
Okay.
And then I think after that they went kind of AOR.
They went AOR, just like we were talking about, and had a long list of hits and minor hits and things like that, but they're well known for their AOR, but I've never gone back to listen to their early stuff. So yeah, you're telling me that they did kind of have a twang to them?
I'm pretty sure they did. And then they had their Donnie and Johnny combo called Van Zant.
Oh yeah.
We played that before, and that's super AOR.
Super way AOR. And so if you don't, most people know about Skynyrd and they know about the plane crash. If you haven't really watched any documentaries on the earlier part of the band, it is eye-opening because Ronnie Van Zant would get drunk and beat the shit out of the other band members and just start fights for no reason. They were all scared. And this guy was not a big dude. He was kind of short.
Leonard Skinhead.
Yeah. And so when you watch these, the people, what they put up with, and then before the plane crash, they had all kind of came to this realization we got to stop drinking so much. And I think a couple of them had kids, and they had all started to sober, or they sobered up and they stopped, having these actual fist fights, all the time. And so that was the sad part, was they were at the point in their careers where they're cleaned up and starting to really enjoy playing instead of just being completely strung out on stage. And that's when the plane crash happened. So it's just wild.
Did you ever see the album cover? So the last album that they released that came out either right as the plane crash happened or right after. The name of the album is escaping me, but people out there are probably shouting at me.
Street Survivors.
But the original album cover had them standing on the cover, and they were engulfed in flames. Mm-hmm. And they removed the flames when they... Yeah. So a lot of the copies that are out there now, they don't have the flames.
The Collectors is one with the flames on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad.
Creepy.
There were, and I remember seeing a documentary. There was another band where their band manager or tour manager, something like that, was a former Air Force pilot, and he went. It was his job to go arrange for the transportation, and he went. And there was one time where they were getting ready to go, and he inspected the plane, just did a quick walk around, and it's no, this thing needs maintenance. No, we don't want to fly it. And they changed to another plane. That ended up being the plane that ran out of gas. Their tank, they had multiple tanks, and there's a switch that's supposed to switch from one tank to the other, and it failed. And that's why they went down? That's why they went down.
Because their tank didn't switch over?
Yeah, it was a poorly maintained plane. And so, the band vet had two tanks. But when it failed,
it had holes in the
when
floor.
It failed to switch, we just kind of pulled over to the side of the road.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing when you're on
that's what happened.
Terra.
Yeah, I think I maybe there's always the chance, but I'm pretty sure that's the documentary I saw where it was basically it just ran out of gas because it didn't switch over to the other reserve
That's horrible.
tank. Yeah. And they just slowly descended, and they said you could hear the treetops scraping the bottom of the plane, and then finally it just dove in.
Oh, that's horrible. Horrible.
And it was all just random wherever you're seating. The people that died, there's some of it's just no rhyme or reason why some lived and some died.
That's crazy. Back to this band.
Yes.
Because you totally bummed me out now, so I got to change.
That's my job.
Change direction. So I don't know if they were, I don't know this band well enough. I only have the first album, this one that I played from. I'm not sure if they had two guitarists or not. I should probably look that up because the lead that was in the break in the middle of the song sounded different than the lead at the end of the song to me.
You were paying attention.
And it was just like a whole different tone. The last, the play out kind of lead was more Southern rock, chicken picking, twangy. But the lead in the middle, if you go back and listen to this song, it reminded me so much of one Ace Frehley. Like it sounded so much like Ace's chicken picking that he did with Kiss. He was a very
R.I.P. Ace.
R.I.P. Ace. He was a very he took a lot of that southern percussive chicken picking
percussive
style
playing, not fluidy like a slow hand or
but
anything
it
like that.
sounded so much like an Ace composition in the middle of this. So you know what I'm talking about, right? You do know Ace.
Ace. He was with Motorhead.
No, I don't think that
was
right.
Filthy.
He was with that other southern rock band, Leonard.
Southern New York.
Kiss. There's a Kiss connection with the K. Yeah, go back and listen to it. It sounds like an Ace lead, and it doesn't sound the same as the lead at the end, as far as the tone and everything.
You got to do some research.
Run it back, people. Run it back. All right, so I have one more song for you, and for this last band, I'm going to play another band that don't recognize themselves as Southern rock. They're not even from the U.S., and nobody else calls them Southern rock, but when I heard this band and I heard this song in particular, I went, it sounds like Southern rock to me, and I'm going to play it. This is a band from the UK. They have a very Southern rock band name, even though they're considered a hard rock band. There's a lot of Dirty South in their music. They're somewhere between sleaze and Southern, which is kind of cool. This band is called 4-Wheel Drive.
The Dirty South, yeah.
4-Wheel Drive, yeah, come on. That is as Southern rock as it can get. And I could not find a lot of details on this band. There's an album, a few EPs, some singles from 2009 to 2023. I don't see any post after 2023 when they were announcing their last EP.
They all died of COVID.
So that was after COVID. So I'm not sure what happened, but 4-Wheel Drive, they may still be out there, but I'm going to play from their House on Fire EP that came out in 2012. And this is a song, a Southern rock song called Ride It Like You Stole It.
Ride it like you stole it all night long. Ride it like you stole it all night long. Yeah. Ride it like you stole it.
say they were from?
The UK.
UK. South Wales.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hell yeah, that was Southern rock.
That's Southern rock to me.
First 5 seconds, you could just play that snippet
like a stone
all night long. Hell yeah.
It's either the best song that Poison never recorded or the best song that Ron Keel never recorded.
Oh, God, that would have been excellent for him.
Ron could tear that
His
up.
voice would have been perfect for that.
Ron Keel, who also has become quite a Southern rock musician as well.
He went full country and then kind of backed up into Southern rock.
Now
I
I'd say
think.
he's Southern rock.
Yeah.
He's the metal cowboy.
Metal cowboy, yeah.
But yeah, I would consider this Southern rock, and I do.
Yeah.
That's why it's here.
Yeah, that's just running through my head right now, which is a good thing to do on a podcast, is to stop and think about stuff and not say anything.
And not say anything.
Yeah.
Ponder.
People love that.
People love pondering.
Dead silence.
Yeah, at least I edit.
That's some good music, man. I've been kind of oblivious to Southern rock. It's kind of that, okay, there was a phase and I liked it, but I'm not listening to classic rock stations. First of all, they don't really exist in Atlanta. There's classic rock, meaning everything from the late 80s.
What is this radio you're talking of?
I have, as I've mentioned, I've got a couple of vehicles that don't really have CD players or 8-tracks, so I'm kind of forced to listen to radio. But yeah, I'm in my car a lot, and sometimes when you have a MP3 player, like your phone, which you can just play stuff from your phone, it's a pain in the ass because you've got to sync it, and I'm getting phone calls every 30 seconds, so I just have the radio in the background.
Put the radio on.
Yeah,
nobody. It's still there. Somebody out there is listening.
Yeah, but they have the 90s.
Yeah,
which
classic rock now is everything.
The 90s, like all 90s, but they don't call it grunge. It's just classic rock for Gen Xers.
2000s, 2010s.
Yeah. So it's not the same. But anyway, yeah, I there was a phase where there was a lot of that going on. I was anything with a guitar in it that I was just digesting any of that. So now it's kind of fun to come back to it because I haven't pulled up an Allman Brothers album to listen to that, or a Skinner album to listen to an album in years and years and years.
You should go listen to the Almonds live at the Fillmore. Just pull that up, listen to it.
God, that's
start to finish. It's so damn good.
Just a classic song. I mean, classic album.
So good.
It's like Dark Side of the Moon, where people talk about like the recording quality. It's one of the best just recordings.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the musical content.
So authentic.
Yeah, authentic. Yeah.
We haven't said much about swamp because we do swamp rock. We do that every year, but it is a degree of separation. Yeah. There is a different feel.
There's overlap.
A dirge and a darkness to swamp rock.
But it's dirtier.
Yeah.
Definitely dirtier. Sweatier.
And it is darker.
Yeah, and darker too, yeah.
Yeah.
But it comes from a deeper place in the South. Because swamp, and especially you get into like Cajun country, that kind of swamp, it's a deep South.
Right.
Like it's even more reclusive. Let's just put it that way. Kind of like mountain folk.
That's a whole different music
Technically,
too.
That's
mountain music's a whole
Southern,
different thing.
But you get into mountain folk, and that's different. They're very reclusive. They're kind of tight-knit communities that outsiders stand out. Even if you're a redneck, you're not mountain folk.
Yeah, they have their own code.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law is from the mountains, and he'll tell me, he's like, we do things different. We're mountain people.
Yeah.
And we don't, while we are part of the region, mountain people do mountain people things.
Exactly.
And it's like a whole different thing.
And they kind of know each other from which holler you live in.
Right.
And if you don't know what a holler is, it's kind of the place in between mountains. It's not necessarily the valleys, but it's just kind of in between mountains where there's just enough flat space to kind of build some houses. So there's little pockets of communities that you're from that holler or you're from this holler over there.
And they like their space, and they like their alone.
Yep. You don't just pull into somebody's driveway and go, hey, let me talk to you about that.
They're not the friendliest of neighbors in that way.
And I have experienced that. And I think my first time experiencing that in person, like I'd read about it, I'd seen the movie Deliverance, but I'd moved up to Atlanta, and the big thing back in our 20s, like, hey, let's go rent a cabin up.
Are you going to make me put in a clip from Deliverance right here?
No. Not that kind of Deliverance.
Please.
But this is before we had GPS on our phones. This was the old Nokia flip phone.
Oh, yeah.
And I was lost and couldn't find where this cabin was. And I'm in mountains, and I found this little convenience store, not a big one, like a mom and pop convenience store. And I just happened to be driving a convertible Porsche. And so I pull into this.
Where are you from, boy?
Backwoods country bumpkin convenience store looking thing into a convertible Porsche, and there's like beat up pickup truck with a flatbed on the back, like not even the truck bed, but just like some 2x4s propped on the back, and another clapped out car, and I have to go inside and ask for directions. So they all know I'm not from around here. If you couldn't tell already,
right?
And you could just feel the eyes. Like, that's what you felt like. It's as I was asking for directions, I just felt everybody looking at me, and it's like, oh shit, I've seen this movie.
This is how horror movies start.
And I'm like, and it's like about 6 o'clock, like the sun's starting to set, and that panic starts to set in. And thankfully, the cabin was like 2 miles down the road, and I found it. But
cabin in the woods.
That panic of like, oh, this is how it goes really bad. Like they follow me, and then I make the wrong turn, and then I see headlights, and then that's it. You never hear from me again.
Then you're standing in the corner.
Yes. And then Blair Witch happens somehow. I don't know how that merged together, but yeah, in that dream, the Blair Witch thing happens at the end. You know, I never saw the end of that movie.
Are you serious?
I went to see the movie.
You didn't see the standing in the corner?
I went to see the movie. Our friends, Jim and Michelle, we all went to see it.
We should do a whole episode on that because that was a phenomenon.
Yeah. Sit through the whole movie. And you know how it was handheld camera? It was a big thing. It was recorded with a handheld camera.
Oh, you got sick.
I got motion sick.
Yeah, a lot of people did.
And I got up because I thought I was going to puke. I waited. Of course, I don't know that the end of the movie is about to come up, but I just think I'm going to puke. I don't want to do it in the movie theater. So I walked out, went to the bathroom. I kind of composed myself, and I walked back in, and I hear, oh, God, no. Oh, wow. And the credits are rolling.
Yeah.
As I walk back in, I'm like, what? And
What I miss?
Jim had to tell me. And I'm like, God, fuck.
Yeah, all right. So here's what we're going to do. I know we're a year away, but let's go ahead and say it now.
Yeah.
We're going to have a watch party episode because I have a feeling that Blair Witch has not aged well. I have a feeling that if we watched it, it would be just really hilarious.
I'm going to take some Dramamine before I do that.
We can fast forward through some of the bits, but
I don't know.
It was unscripted for the most part. It was done to be in sort of realistic.
I mean, it
got a lot of people, but with today's standards and the way that now everything is reality TV.
I was going to say, it predicted the future.
It did.
Because now everything is shot like that.
They spent almost nothing on that movie, and they made a ton of money.
Yep.
But anyway, I think let's do that next year. We're gonna have a Blair Witch watch party.
I've gone back and watched
Gothtober.
the last 5 minutes because I was really pissed about that. So as soon as it came out on like HBO or whatever, I remember like purposely tuning in to see that. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's cool.
That will be our witch episode next year.
Okay, I'm good with that.
All right,
because
we should invite one of your witch friends over.
My backyard, the spooky trail.
We're gonna make it.
It's got a bunch of Blair Witch shit out there.
We're gonna watch it outside. We're gonna set up the projector outside. We're gonna watch Blair Witch. We're gonna invite your witch friends over.
Yes,
and we're
which
gonna
ones?
Any of the witches.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're gonna have a witch watching
We'll have a
party.
little bonfire.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Witchy s'mores. I don't know what
is that what they make in the cauldron?
I
S'mores?
guess so. Yeah, they're stirring the s'mores.
See, we can't get away from Gothtober. We're in November. God. We can't even get away from it.
I can't wait to talk about what you and I talked about before the episode, but I'll save that. But holy shit, I can't wait for Gothtober next year.
All right. Well, that's what I got for you this week. A little Southern rock.
Hell yeah!
Us getting back to our roots.
Woo!
Hey, y'all.
Skinner!
Hey, y'all. Watch this.
Hey, hold my beer.
So, what's the one thing you never want to hear a Southern man say?
Hold my beer.
Hey, y'all. Watch this.
Watch this. Well,
somebody's going to die.
That's the most common last words of a redneck. Hey, watch this. Ow! Shit! Damn it!
Son of a...
Uncle Daddy!
All right. Well, until next time, people.
See you later!